Hello everyone, it's Shane. Today is March 22nd, 2015. It's been a very long time since I made a video, which is why I thought it would be a good time to. Um, I guess as of right now, I am 3 years and some change of months on T. I stopped counting the months after a while, mostly just know that it's like probably 3.5 years at this point. And then I am 2 years and about 2 months past top surgery. So, so many things have happened, so many wonderful things have happened to me um, that I could never even have thought, that I could never even have predicted. So, just a few exciting life updates for me. I'm currently 23 years old. I am graduating in May from Towson with a bachelor's in psychology and a minor in LGBT studies. So what I've kind of realized that I want to do over the past few years is I love doing research. I want to be a researcher, and I do trans research. So not only do I have my personal story to talk about, because public speaking is another huge passion of mine. So I love going into spaces and talking not only about my experience being trans, but also what the research suggests. So I have all these narratives in my head from all of our participants. So I feel like that is a really great route for me. So yeah, I want to be a researcher. Also, I want to be a public speaker. And I've had chances to do that. To any of the people that are on my channel that are not aware, I was recently on Laverne Cox Presents The T Word, which was an hour-long documentary on MTV and Logo that highlighted 7 trans youth from around the country, which was just an incredible experience. It was life-changing, really. How that all came about was Laverne actually came to talk at Towson, and there was a little meet and greet beforehand, so I got to have a conversation with her beforehand, and I think we only talked for about 5 minutes, and I just told her who I was and my story, and that I do trans research, and then she went and she gave this amazing talk, because she is just eloquent and all the wonderful things. But then afterwards, we were all lining up to take pictures, and when it was my turn, she tapped me on the shoulder, and she asked if I would wait on the side for her. And of course, I was like, yes, Laverne, anything that you need from me, I'm here. But then she told me that she was making a documentary about trans youth, and asked if I would be interested, and I said, of course. So a couple of interviews later and everything, I found out I was one of the people chosen, and that was amazing. Not only being able to be an advocate on such a national and actually international level. I've heard people have been watching it in other countries as well. More than that, I mean, the cast was incredible. Every single person involved was intelligent and articulate and just kind. So many good things have come from that. And then the last exciting life update that I wanted to include was that I recently found out that I got accepted into graduate school. I applied to a whole bunch of programs, but I think the one that I'm taking is going to be at Columbia University in New York City. I was accepted to the Master's Counseling Psychology program there, so I'm just ecstatic. I'm thrilled. I'm going to be moving to New York City, and that's going to be amazing, because not only is Columbia one of the top programs in the country for research, so on that aspect, that's amazing. But I'll also be in New York, which is media everywhere in New York. So then I really feel like I'm going to be able to expand my advocacy portion too, which is why I'm making a video now. I want to start to be more involved, to be more present. The reason that I've been so distant is because I've been doing literally everything there is to do. Internships, 16 credits. And I'm not going to drag on with the entire list of things that I do, but my social life has been has been dwindling, not because I just don't have time. But I'm going to make time. I'm going to make it a priority. I'm going to make it a priority to be more present on social media. So more YouTube videos, more posts on Tumblr, whatever that means, because I want to be here. I want to be present. And then the last thing that is exciting for followers, for me and my followers, is that I'm going to be presenting this year again at the Philly Trans Health Conference. So I really want to be involved. More than, I guess, life updates on that, transition-related life updates. Like I said, over 3 years on T, and I am just continuing to change. My face looks different. Even I've noticed my voice is still deepening, which is interesting to me. But, you know, facial hair has come in more and more. It just continues to come in, and that's amazing. Also, body hair is just everywhere. There's not, I wouldn't say that there's a whole bunch of emotional or personality changes anymore for me. Once you've hit, like, kind of 3 years, everything's pretty leveled out. Like, I feel pretty standard in my way of being. I'm not as much getting used to everything anymore. I think the testosterone is just continuing to affect my body and continuing to masculinize it. I noticed that my hairline has gone way back, you know, since I started making videos, which is another thing. You know, just all the things that were happening in the beginning are still continuing to happen. And I guess I would say the last piece of the puzzle for me that kind of fell into place was discovering my spirituality. For so long, I went to a lot of different religious schools and I'm realizing that it's not a problem with religion. It's a problem with judgment that exists within certain religions. And I just didn't feel like there was a space for me. I didn't feel like there was anywhere that I could go and be accepted. And I got tired of hearing these messages constantly that were telling me that I was going to hell for something that I couldn't control. And so from the religious aspect, and also just from society aspect of, hey, you're trans, where is the space for you? Where do you fit in society? I carried a lot of shame for a long time with that. Which is something that I've been learning to let go of, and something that I've been learning to work through. And something that's been hugely beneficial for me is discovering Buddhism. Buddhism as a religion has shaped my entire way of being. It's brought me a lot of insight into why I have experienced the things that I have and why I was put here. You know, why I'm trans. For me personally, I feel like it was part of my self-actualization process. I feel like being trans has given me so much insight and so much perspective that I never would have had. And that to me is incredible. That to me is my purpose. I think that I'm here in this body, existing in this way, to spread awareness and education about just diversity in general, experiences that are different than your own, and why you should learn about them, and why you should care, and why we should celebrate those differences. One of my favorite quotes, which I'm going to read right now because I have a huge banner, it's, "It is not our differences that divide us, it is our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate those differences," of course, from Audre Lorde. And that is my thinking now, that is my way of being. I'm going to continue to be here. This is like a 9-minute ramble. It's just been a very long time since I made a video, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm back, and I'm here, and I want to spread love, and I want to spread education, and I am going to keep fighting to do so. And then the last little part of the video, I guess I should, like, show my chest, because it's been a while since I have. If I can get off all my clothes. Okay, so this is my chest. Like I said, a little bit over 2 years. I'm still incredibly happy with it. The only thing is I keloided a little bit on the edges, kind of where my drains were. But the scars are fading every single day, and I've been using Mederma, which has been pretty helpful for me. So this is my chest. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with my body. I can say for the first time in probably ever that I'm happy. So friends, as always, love, light, and keep fighting.